Hi, this is Taxis Chronicles and I'm your host, Simon Rushton. Today we're going to talk to a lovely lady and she's going to tell us about the events world and her perspectives on the events world as it is today.
Very fun. What would you like to know?
Well, how did you get into the events world? Let's start with that.
Very cool. Well, it was actually by accident, believe it or not. I wanted to train as an actor and my family didn't want to support me in that, which was fine at the time, just because I needed to make some really good choices, and decided to take on a degree in creative producing and then accidentally started producing and became a production manager, and that's how I kind of stumbled into the events world, really.
Do you regret not challenging your energy in the acting? That sounds quite interesting.
Yeah.
You could have been working alongside Idris Elba.
I know, right? That could have been amazing. That would have been a dream. Do I regret it? Not really, just because of complicated family issues. It was just, I come from like an Indian background. Parents were very strict. And I had like 2 younger siblings, and it was a choice between me being part of the family or completely extradited from the family. So
usual cliche kind of thing.
Extradited domestically.
Yeah, kind of thing. Okay. Now I've heard that kind of story quite a few times from people in this line of work. So my mind's gone blank. So how have you found the events industry so far? How long have you been in it? You said you...
So I've been part of it off and on for about 7 years. So when I took on that degree in creative producing, I actually dropped out in my final year just because life got on top of me, so to speak, just like family pressures. So I dropped out my final year, started freelancing, and then jumped onto courses in leadership and management as like a respite to make up for my degree. Mm-hmm. So it's been off and on for about 7 years, but in that time I think I learned a lot about how to work with people. Mm-hmm. And what that meant for me is just understanding like different personality types and strengths and weaknesses, and just how you can like how to resolve conflict healthily in a manner where people win, so it's like a win-win situation.
Do you get many conflicts in the events industry?
Do you know what, in the events industry it's such a pressured environment that it's so easy to kind of lose your head and just flip at people, and I think what makes me stand out as a production manager is just how I deal with those stresses and those pressures. So rather than flipping out, I like to think I have a good, healthy perspective.
So understanding people's point of view.
Well, yeah, that, and also, at the end of the day, we're not really performing a heart bypass, are we? We're just sort of building an event.
You sound like you said that before.
Yeah.
We're not really. Come on, guys, let's just chill. It's only a commercial.
Right. Come on, guys, let's chill out. We're not really doing critical heart surgery.
Would you say it's high pressured in that sense because people are contractors? Or because if you were permanent staff, then people are a bit laid back. Oh, well, I'm going to get my paycheck at the end of the month either way.
No, not particularly actually. I feel like people who are on the full-time sort of employment maybe experience pressure a lot because, it kind of affects repeat business. So if they do a really bad job of it and they lose a contract, then it's ultimately their job on the line as well.
So it's not to do with egos.
There's a bit of ego as well. There's such a combination. It's like a very bad cocktail, like a deadly punch of egos and pressure and expectations that's just badly managed. Mm-hmm. Or that can be badly managed.
So as an Asian lady, is there many people like you in the industry, or?
They are hard to come by, actually.
And why do you think that is? Because I'll let you speak. There was something I was going to say, but I'll let you speak first. Go on.
I think it's I think the selection process is very much of you interview a person for the sake of interviewing them. I feel like sometimes the recruiter has to interview a diverse selection of people just to tick off the boxes, yeah. But yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I haven't quite seen like many people that look like me in the industry.
In saying that, do you know many people who are qualified who look like you or other groups of people to do that job who are applying for it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You
so
do?
yeah,
Okay.
so I've joined this creative industry professional group for women as well, of like different sorts of backgrounds, and you know, it's just been a breath of fresh air because
everyone's airing their issues.
Everyone's there, yeah. Everyone's just like representing pretty much the globe, and I just love it. But they're also, you know, going through the same sort of experiences of, you know, trying to apply for, you know, this work with a high-profile agency, and you know, get to like the first stage of interviews and never get around to the second stage, and I don't know why.
But I will say this though, being a person who's owned my own company before, once you're comfortable with a contractor, I'm comfortable with a contractor.
Uncomfortable?
No, I'm comfortable. So once I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable. So I don't really, if something goes wrong, then I'll look elsewhere. If I feel the price is extravagant this time, then I'll go elsewhere. But as long as I feel I'm getting quality for money, they're meeting the deadlines and all the rest of it, there's no issues. Do you see what I mean?
What are you trying to suggest, Mr. Taxi Driver?
What I'm saying is, from an employer's point of view, or owner I should say, so I was an owner at that time, there may be, it's like first comes, first served. The people they're happy with, they're in there, and why are we really looking elsewhere? If it's a government function, let's say, I don't know, Lambeth Council or something, putting on gigs, events, then by all means you have to plan it out to be fair. But on the private sector, it's like, well, why do I have to employ somebody else? Not employ contracts to someone else if... Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Not really. I think, like, you know, in terms of like our industry, there's always a call for other contractors and other freelancers to come and join the agency. Just because, you know, there are agencies that find that they are under-resourced and that they're taking on too much.
I understand now. Your agent, when you say contractor, I thought you was like as an independent going to the actual company who wants to give you the contract.
I
didn't realise there's a middle person.
Yeah.
Oh, my mistake. I understand where you're coming from now.
Yeah.
No wonder you was looking out the window.
I was like, what? I was like, listen, let's just listen.
No, but I see what you mean in the agency section. Okay. So it's been a breath of fresh air. So how are you overcoming this predicament?
I think it's just, you know, sort of, I've had to like take a change of perspective, to be honest, and just be like, you know what, I'm going to own my space in the sense of I have these skill sets, I've worked really hard for them. I actually have a happy ending to my education story, which is, although I dropped out of my undergraduate degree, because of my experiences, I was awarded a direct entry into doing a master's.
Okay.
And I've got my master's now, so I've got an MA without having done my undergraduate degree, based on my own merit of like working as a freelancer, which is awesome. But yeah, I think I've come to the point now where it's like, you know what, so, like I just got to own my space, like own who I am, be comfortable with it, and that work will come along. And I've been very fortunate to be part of like some really amazing projects as well. Some of which that have gone international, which has been brilliant. You know, that's just been like, you know, a tell sign of like the success of it being in London. And like, you know, the work that I was supposed to have been doing, it was meant to have like taken me around the world, but I think that's just really much now more the product of me being very confident in who I am, like, you know, quite candid as well in terms of like areas that I'm sort of developing myself in, which I find that, you know, agencies and like clients really respect.
Yeah, so you're constantly enhancing yourself,
100%.
making yourself more. Yeah, that makes sense.
100%.
That's great. That's good. So what kind of events is it that you're specialising in right now?
Right now, so at the moment, because
or
of
past?
I mean, because of the pandemic, all my work's literally gone like through the window. So I'm working for a marketing and PR agency as an associate project manager, which has been pretty cool because it's meant that I've become more than just a production manager. I've upskilled to the point of being a producer during a pandemic, and also being able to develop new business in a pandemic, which has been pretty cool. But previously, it's normally like live events, festivals. My biggest one was to an access of like 60,000 people.
Okay. Not playing around.
And then, you know, I was very fortunate to sort of like work for an immersive theatre project as well last year, which went down a treat. So yeah, that's the sort of work that I do. It's sort of like immersive theatre, live events, outdoors, and the stuff that I've done indoors. It's almost been like, you know, you build like an immersive world, and you transform a warehouse into a semi-permanent theatre almost. So I've learnt so much along the way. That's the kind of work that I do. It's very niche and quite dynamic, which I like.
Going back to the diversity,
Yes.
on this group, have you considered, or anybody raised the idea of you ladies or people creating your own agency? Because if there's so many of you who've, I don't know, let's say there's 1,000 people. There's just a lot of experience. So you all bring something to the table. So you form your own agency. And then it goes out for tender within the group.
That is a good idea.
That's what I would do.
I should let the ladies know. I might give them a heads up.
No, it's true.
Have a bit of a feeler.
Why try and get to someone else's party and you can create your own?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So I'm a big thing of that. I don't need to have what you have. What I do is going to be better than what you do anyway. And then you're going to come to me.
100%.
And then it's going to be on my terms.
100%. I think that's what we've been trying to do anyway. We've got like this thing called jobs board on our little group.
Okay.
So anything that we find or see, we'll just like share it, and we'll just do a call out that way amongst the ladies. And it's just more to like diversify it, really, just to diversify the workforce and to give, like, especially like, you know, women of like, you know, colour a good standing chance, because we should really be awarded a position based on our merit, not by the colour
I need
of
to
skin.
fill a quota.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
I see what you mean. But I think the way forward is always creating your own.
100%.
And I think once you create your own and you control your own, you've won every time.
That's right.
Just on a slightly different note, but it comes to think, America, its biggest export is music.
Yep.
But majority of that's produced by the black community.
Yep.
But they don't own anything.
Right.
Now you've got to think about that.
Yep.
Now if they owned all the things at the start, or created their own, with their own money, then it's a whole different ballgame.
100%.
You can change the thing overnight. You change because it's economics. That's when they talk about the black pound, or you could say the ethnic minority or dollar or what have you. If you decide, no, we're not dealing with you lot anymore, we're doing our own thing. Bam. It's just suddenly now people are gonna start making phone calls and trying to compromise.
Exactly. And do you know what, it all happens in trickles as well, doesn't it? And like the more you sort of like add to it, the more of a momentum it grows. So I'm currently supporting an independent record label run by a black producer and founder, Chris Bosch. It's called OMG Collective. And you know, like the sort of music that they produce, it's, you know, it's charted twice. They've had 2 singles that have charted twice, which has been amazing. And they, you know, they answer to nobody except themselves, because they're an independent record label. So, you know,
especially with the web now, you can get things out there to the world.
100%.
People can like things, unless the powers that be are going to put things to stop your your music going out. So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you put it out there, but no one's getting it because they put some virus or done something.
Yeah.
Which can kind of happen with the YouTube kind of suppressing people who speak things that they're not happy about.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. So you definitely see a future for you in this event.
I think so. For now, definitely. Yeah, there are a couple of things that I just want to tick off before I retire from it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And I think the next couple of years should see me ticking them off. And once that's done, yeah, I'll be happy to move on.
A big part, even though I don't just met you, a big part of me says you still have that glimmer for your dream of acting.
Yeah.
I think you should even go for that. You don't have to be full time.
It's going to be on my side, right? A little
Yeah,
side
you just
hustle.
see where it goes.
I would love to do that, you know.
Remember, music and acting and events is all in the same category.
Big time.
Kind of thing. So you just go out there. Before you know it, if then people doing a music video and there's a little acting bit, you throw yourself in there, double bubble.
Right. I mean, I might as well, you know.
Yeah.
Producer turning actor.
Mm-hmm. So, on a more of a personal note, do you how do you deal with the fact that your dream had been told no? The fact that about the acting, because like my cousin, for instance, he wanted to do. He's a good at football player, and this is back in the day.
Yeah.
Chelsea and another team had asked him to play from when he was a teenager,
Wow.
and he had to get his dad to sign the form.
Yeah.
And his dad went, "Why may I sign that for?" You know, and he ended up being a mechanic working on the buses.
Right.
Do you see what I mean? And then when he sees people now, he says, "Dad, look," and the dad's like, "No, talk to me, man. No, talk to me." You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
I take it when you have children.
No, not yet.
But you would allow them to be whatever they want to be.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I suppose it's a new generation, isn't it?
Oh, that's it, innit? And then also, you know, you've got to trust the timing as well. Like, I have deep faith, like, you know, and I always trust in, like, God's plan A. So for me, it's like, okay, fine. If it didn't happen, if I didn't start it at 18 when I wanted it to, no problem. Like, it'll happen because I'm still working towards it. And whatever that looks like, brilliant. Like, you know, if it means that, you know, I perform in an amateur sort of, with an amateur theatre company, you know, on a stage, on a small, you know, with a small audience, then fine, you know. At least I get to enjoy that, you know. That is my passion. But yeah, who knows, you know, if I happen to be, you know, working alongside Idris Elba, I'm not going to complain. Yeah.
I don't think many women would. Yeah, I would have been good.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Well,
where do you want me?
Okay. Do you want to shout out to or promote any of your businesses or anything that if anybody wants to look up, or this is going to go out on the Spotify?
Nice one. Well, since you're already on Spotify, a big shout out to OMG Collective. Listen to their music, you know, follow them. They're on YouTube, they're on Instagram. Just give them a big follow, give them a big support. You know, it's, as we were talking about, you know, supporting, you know, black businesses and, you know, the Black Pound, just, you know, OMG Collective is your place to go to for really good music. It's good vibes, really fun. The YouTube videos are just, you know, cheeky and just really great. So OMG Collective, please.
Okay. And that group, was it a women's group regarding the events?
Yeah.
How can they be found? What's the name for them?
Why not? Lemonade Gang.
Okay. Actually, that rings a bell. Lemonade Gang. Okay.
Lemonade Gang. You can find us on LinkedIn.
Okay. Then.
So type that. Especially, you know, it's for ladies only. So sorry guys, but you know, us women, we do need to come together in this like quite a male-dominated industry. But have a look for us, Lemonade Gang on LinkedIn.
Okay. Well, thanks for that. And for the listeners out there, I hope you like this episode. It's our first episode using our new mic, so I hope it come out loud and clear. Do not forget to listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investing Stories, all about people, real people, real investors invested in Africa, sharing their experiences of the good and the bad and what they've learned. and why they've invested in Africa, mainly because it's got the fastest growing economies on the planet,
Go on.
barring India and Bangladesh.
Great.
And apart from that, have a good day and like and subscribe. Thank
Peace,
you.
people.
Bye.